Hello everybody, it's Dana Sullivan, your Stampin' Chick, here with another Make It Monday! How are you today, my friends? I hope you had a fantastic weekend. I am so excited to be here with you today because I have been playing in my studio and I've got all kinds of fun projects to share with you coming up. I can't wait to do that, so I'm just going to get right into it. Alright friends, as you see here, I have a fabulous little St. Patrick's Day treat bag, and I'm not showing you this project today. However, I am showing you a project that coordinates with this one, and I will be showing this project on a blog post, and I have a new promotion that you will be seeing over on my Facebook page very soon, in the next day or two, I would think, no later than the end of this week anyway. So be sure to stay tuned for that. If you're not already on my Facebook page, it's the Stampin' Chick, Dana Sullivan. And head over there, like the page so that you get notifications. And I can't wait to share it with you. I think you're going to love it. So let me tell you just briefly about this bag, and then we're going to get to the coordinating card. Alright, so for this bag, I used the Dress to Impress bundle. It comes with the all dressed up dies, and it's the dies that I use to make the bag. So let me just show you real quick. Get the stamp set out of the way, which is a fabulous stamp set, by the way. But it's the bag here that I used. And so it has the base of the bag, and of course you'll cut two of these to make one bag. And then it has the strap, it has a pocket. Here's a little, like a fastener strap or embellishment piece, and then it has buckles and buttons, and it's so cute. It's just adorable, and I have been playing with it a lot this week because I'm making a whole collection of bags to share with you, and that's part of the post that you'll see on my business page. So make sure that you stay tuned for that because I know you're just gonna love it. So today's project, while it isn't the bag itself, is a card that coordinates with the bag. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I made this adorable little clover because we're going to make that on the card as well. Now, let me set this off to the side. I'm going to show you the stamp sets and dies that I used. So I used the Itty Bitty Greetings stamp set because I like this Have a Lucky Day sentiment. It's one of the few St. Patrick's Day specific, or could be St. Patrick's Day specific stamps that I have. But the Itty Bitty Greetings set, as a general rule, is a really fantastic one to have in your collection because it has all kinds of amazing sentiments for pretty much all occasions. So I'm using Have a Lucky Day here. And then I'm using the Be Mine Stitched Framelits dies because I want this little heart right here to make the clover with. Alright, so that's the Be Mine Stitched Framelits dies. And then I'm also using Beautiful Bouquet. Now, I'm using this floral cluster stamp for a background. And then I'm also using the dies because I want this stem. And now when I make the project, I'm going to take the stem and I'm actually going to cut it in half. So I can get two stems out of one piece. It's just too long for what I actually want. So it's okay to cut them. Alright, so that's what I'm using. And then let's get the supplies. You're going to need a piece of 5.5 by 8.5 Pear Pizzazz cardstock, and that's scored at 4 1/4. That makes your card base. You'll also need a piece of 4" by 5 1/4" soft seafoam cardstock for the front layer of your card. And then you're going to need a piece of 4 1/4 by 3/4" of gold foil. and then a 4 1/4 by 1/2 inch strip of black cardstock. Then a scrap of gold foil to cut the second smallest layering scalloped circle. Yes, second smallest layering scallop circle. And then a scrap of Whisper White cardstock to cut the smallest of the stitched circles. Okay, so that's what you'll have. And then I went ahead and pre-cut 3 of those little hearts out of Mossy Meadow. Alright, so you're going to need 3. And then also 1 stem out of Mossy Meadow, which I have cut in half. So there are your supplies. And then I also used, I got into my sewing box and I got this spool of gold thread. And so this is what I used on the box to make the beautiful bow and the little decorative element in the background. And so I'm going to tie that in on the card as well, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to design this a little on the fly today. Not much. I have the idea worked out, but we'll see. Okay. And then we're going to use Memento Black ink, Pear Pizzazz ink, and some dimensionals, and probably some of the Rhinestone Basic Jewels. Okay, so I think that gives us pretty much our supply list. I'm going to bring my scrap paper in here, and the Pear Pizzazz ink, and that cluster of flowers from the Beautiful Bouquet stamp set. Okay. And we're going to adhere the layer to the base of the card. And I've pretty well worked out the design of the card, but I'm going just a little on the fly because normally, as you know, I already have a sample made for you so that I can share it. And today, I thought I'd do a little something different. So, I hope that you like it. And, we'll see. So, alright, now I'm going to take this gold foil and I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the card. Come on, snail. Here we go. And I think I'm going to want it right about there. That looks good. Yep, that's pretty good. Okay. Looked a little wonky to me there for a second. Alright, and then we'll attach the basic black cardstock layer as well, right over the center of the strip. There we go. Alright. So we went to the movies this weekend. I think I've told you guys before that we've done this subscription with AMC Theaters. They have what they call AMC Stubs A-List, and for $21.95 a month, you get to see 3 movies every single week for no additional cost. So, you know, you get to see like 12 movies a month for $21.95. And if you've gone to the movies at all lately, you know that's an insanely good deal because normally tickets are about $14 a person for one time. So if you like the idea of going to the movies more than once a month, you are already getting your money's worth. And since we can do 3 every single week, we get to see the new movies that come out and it doesn't cost us anything extra. And it's a nice time together. So this week we went and saw, what's that movie? The cartoon movie Onward. with the two brothers. I'm not sure what kind of creatures they are, but it's some kind of oh, they're elves. They're elves, that's right. Anyway, it's a really cute little Disney animated film, and it's a really good family type film. Something that you can take the kids to and they'll love it. But it's basically about the bond between siblings, which is just, it's wonderful. So, alright guys, I'm going to take the white stitch circle and Have a Lucky Day, and I'm inking that up in the Tuxedo Black, and I'm just going to put it right in the middle-ish, as I can see from off camera a little bit. Alright, there we go. Very good. And then we also saw The Way Back. I think that's what it's called, The Way Back, with Ben Affleck in it. And the story was a really, really good story. There was a whole lot of profanity, so if you don't like cuss words, that's not necessarily the movie for you. But the storyline was good, so, you know, there's that. But all in all, we had a great time, and we usually do. I mean, it's always fun to have a little downtime sitting at the theater watching a movie. It's funny because we don't really get to watch a movie too often at home, but we take a few minutes, or a couple of hours rather, out of our day to go watch a movie, so it's nice. Alright, so I'm just going to line this up on the gold foil piece with dimensionals. And I haven't decided yet, but I will probably put that up on dimensionals as well. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and call that. So I do like my dimensionals. Alright, so let's go ahead and put these on. And I'm not going to attach it just yet because I may play with it a little bit. Plus, I think I want to put some of that gold thread behind there. So, okay, it's going to go somewhere in that neighborhood. Okay, let me set that off to the side and bring in 1/2 of this stem and the 3 hearts to make the clover. And you're going to need your liquid adhesive for this. So, I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to just put a little dot here and a little dot here and put them like this and then attach this. Well, that didn't work. Okay, flip it back over. I wasn't sure that it would. They're a little bit heavy. Okay, so I'm just trying to line them up in the middle of the stem here, okay? So just like that. There we go. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to put this one just over the top like that, and that will make our shamrock. Here we go. Can't believe it's already almost St. Patrick's Day. Things have been so crazy busy for us this past year that time has just really flown by. So naturally, with the last name of Sullivan, I think you can guess that we are Irish or of Irish descendancy. And so we like to throw a St. Patrick's Day party at our house, and normally we have a cookout or potluck or something like that, and we invite our friends to come and hang out with us, and we do everything green. So the food needs to be green, and we dress green, and it's just a lot of fun. But time snuck up on us this year, and with things going on, we didn't have time to do it, so we're not having the party this year, which is sad. So, but we're gonna do a springtime bonfire, cookout, whatever, as soon as the rain dries up enough that we can do something. All right, so I'm not crazy about how that looks all by itself. However, let me see how it will look if I were to tie a bit of a ribbon-ish around the stem of it. So I'm just folding the gold thread over itself and making multiple strands here. Okay, listen, the best way to do this is probably going to be making this loop outside of that stem. Now, the problem with doing anything remotely on the fly and not having it predetermined is that you have these moments of, what shall we do? And that's okay if you don't mind. We'll just kind of play around a little bit, so maybe you can get a peek into how my mind works, which may be a scary prospect. So we'll just see how this goes. Alright, now this is great because there's a bow on the bag, so if it looks good, it will tie in well because the bag has a bow also. There we go. That is cute. Feel a sneeze coming on. It's getting on allergy season here in East Tennessee because the Bradford pears are starting to get their buds. I could see it when we were out this weekend. And I thought, oh dear, that means it's about time for the hay fever and the sneezing and crazy allergy stuff to come on. Okay, I do like the bow there, so we're going to go ahead and do that, and I will cut it off here. Let me just go there, and there. Oh yeah, that is cute. Okay. And then I'm going to put that on dimensionals too, and I'm going to put just a little touch of glue behind there because I feel like that that gold thread could come undone if I don't. So I'm just going to put a little touch of glue right here. There we go. Just enough to keep it intact. And then bring in our dimensionals. So, do you guys have anything that you do for St. Patrick's Day or any springtime rituals or traditions that you have? I would love to hear about them. It's so interesting to hear some of the traditions that people have, you know, like, I don't know. I've heard all kinds of things that people do, and it's just great. Anything that you can do with your family, that you can have a good time together, I think is wonderful. There we go. Now I've just cut a mini Stampin' Dimensional here for the stem, and I've put this one just over the edge of the gold thread. That way it's just some extra added security to keep it intact. There we go. Can hear my dog snoring. Oh my goodness. That's my Layla. That's so funny. I'm so sorry if that offends anyone, but hopefully it doesn't because it's funny. So, She's my my little crafting buddy, and she's just right over here off the edge of the work table, so laying on the floor near my feet. All right, now I don't know. I still think maybe let's see what this looks like with just a little behind it. All right. So I'm just going to wrap it a few times around my hand, and I like to give it just a little bit of twist in the middle just because it helps kind of keep it under control. Thread can get a little unruly, and as you can see there from where I let go. And let's just see. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. All right. So, as I said, I'm just going to wrap it a few times. That was about 4 times. And I like to stop it roughly where I started it, so that way I can kind of get a good grip on the ends in the middle of the little twist here, because I'm going to use some snail and figure roughly where I want that to go, and just put a little cluster of snail right there, and then that's going to hold all of this craziness down. And once you give it a nice little touch, you can kind of pull to separate. There we go. So it's not quite so uniform. There we go. All right. And then we don't have to worry about anything else because we're going to put that right there, and that is cute. Okay. So let me take the backing off of the little sentiment piece here. I appreciate you guys sitting with me today. I know that this is not normally how I do my projects, but I thought it would just be a little bit of fun to do something just a little different. Alright, now let's get some of those rhinestones in here. And as you can see, this is shaping up to match the bag very nicely. So that's great. Of course, if you wanted to change the sentiment here, you know, there are a lot of different ones. Let's see, may God bless and keep you. That would be a good one. Showered with love would be a great one. Hey friend. Any of those would be great. That would still match the have a lucky day of the bag. All right, now I'm just going to see here. That's nice. Okay. All right, folks, there you have it. I hope that you've enjoyed today's project. I am really excited to be sharing these bags with you. You're going to see more about those, remember, on my Facebook page. So if you're not already on my Facebook page, having liked it, or in the Stampin' Chicks group, then make sure that you head over and do that so that you won't miss out on the bags. And I'm really excited to have shared this with you today. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And remember that celebration is still going on until the 31st of this month, which is rapidly approaching. And that you can purchase any of these items on my website at danasullivan.stampinup.net. And for every $50 that you purchase, you can get something out of the celebration brochure for free. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye for now.